Okay, we have so much to talk about. I can't even come up with a clever intro. So let's get started. Hey friends, welcome to my channel, X Stitch and Chill. I am so glad that you are here. This channel is all about cross stitch and the movies and TV I'm watching and the books I'm listening to while I stitch. I have gotten a bunch of new subscribers since my last video, so I wanted to give a little reintroduction and say thank you so much for being here and spending some stitchy time with me. My name is Kelsey. I live in Colorado with my husband and my daughter. We also have a dog and two cats, one of which tends to make a little appearance most of the time. This is T-Bear. He only loves me. Outside of cross stitching and watching TV, I am a freelance videographer. I do anything from weddings to online courses to promo videos for businesses. I pretty much run the gambit on all sorts of small video projects, and I am going into my 10th year as a freelance videographer. I also love tea, cuddly blankets, big sweatshirts, anything cozy. But I'm not much of a winter person. I actually really like the summer and being able to go outside. Even if it's 9,000 degrees, I'm still happy. I'd rather have that than like 5 degrees. I also love traveling. We travel quite a bit. If you're interested in our family travel videos, I do have another channel called Life Like Luciano, and I will leave a link below if you're interested in that kind of stuff. So that's me. I'm pretty much an open book, so if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them and connect with you guys a little bit more. Okay, so I have several announcements before we get into starts and whips and haul and things. So the first one is that I am dropping a pattern, my very first pattern that I have ever made available to anybody. And it is to benefit the victims of the Maui fires. So I created this little pattern. It's so cute. If you've never been to Maui in Lahaina, which is the village that was just leveled and devastated by this fire, there is a big banyan tree, and it reaches from a center tree and it reaches out, and it's got like other stumps, I guess, that reach into the ground, and it's this huge interconnected tree. I actually have a picture of me and my sister and my parents in front of it. My brother must have taken the picture because he's not in the picture. But this was, I don't even know when, way back on our very first trip to Maui. I remember going to Lahaina. I remember standing in front of this tree. The tree is okay so far, last I have heard. I created this little pattern with the banyan tree and the roots and the heart. You know, Hawaii's flag, it has rainbows on it. Their license plate has rainbows on it. They have a lot of rainbows. So I wanted to do the rainbow heart, and a lot of their love and culture and excitement about the island is all rooted together. So, and connected together through those roots. So I wanted to have this pattern with that meaning. It will be available for a pay as you would like system on my new Ko-fi page. So I will leave the link below. All of the proceeds from this pattern are going to the Hawaii Community Foundation. Aloha Stitches on Instagram was kind enough to give me a great resource that will go to help the people of Maui and the victims from the fire and help them rebuild Lahaina, hopefully how it was. I know there's some fear that like big corporations and hotel chains and stuff are going to try to get their hands in there, and I really hope that doesn't happen. I hope that they can keep it authentic and with the people there, because that's it's been there for hundreds of years, so losing it is a big deal. It will be available until October 31st, and then all of the proceeds are going to be donated, and I will be posting a screenshot of my receipt and everything. But yeah, I wanted to help out, and I thought this would be a great way. So head over to my Ko-fi page and donate as you can. And even if you just stitch it and share it, that would be great as well to gain a little more awareness throughout the community. I would so appreciate it. Another thing going on in our community is Stitchy for Witchy. The Witchy Stitcher is going through cancer treatments for a rare type of blood cancer, and the cross stitch community is rallying behind her with the hashtag Stitchy for Witchy. So if you are stitching any of her patterns, use the hashtag on Instagram. Also on October 1st, there is a Witchy Stitcher Day where we as a community will be buying Witchy Stitcher's patterns, sharing her patterns, stitching her patterns, and just trying to gain a little more face time for her so that people can go and get her patterns and help her out so she doesn't have to worry so much about the financial side of her treatments and she can just focus on fighting it. I will be participating in both of these very soon. I did buy 4 Witchy Stitcher patterns, and I bought some fabric for 2 of them that I will kit up so that I can hopefully start them October 1st. The fabric is supposedly shipped today, so hoping I can get it and get all the floss and everything ready before October 1st so I can start that. But Stitchy for Witchy is ongoing thing. So yeah, look for that on Instagram. If you don't follow me, I'm also xstitchandchill there. All right, 2 more announcements. Then I promise we'll start stitching things. We'll do the stitchy stuff. So I mean, this is all stitchy stuff, but still. The Cross Stitch Society, which I talked about in my last floss tube, is hosting a retreat, and it is in Disneyland. So we will be stitching for a couple days and have a Disneyland day, and it's like my 2 favorite things, cross stitching and Disney. I love Disneyland and Disney World. I love riding rides. It's so much fun. So if you want to go, I will leave the link down below for the sign-up sheet. I believe it's $175 for the retreat, and then hotel, Disney tickets, and all those kind of things obviously are on top of that. But I will be there. Mama X Stitch and Chill will be there, so that will be super fun. It is next November. I should probably tell you that. That's important. It is November of 2024, so you can get all the details on the link below, but check it out because it's going to be so much fun. And I need people to ride rides with. Like, I'm fun. I like the rides. I don't do Tower of Terror. That is the only one that I don't do. I've retired from that and Splash Mountain because I just don't like the full-on droppy feeling. And I feel like those rides that's all it's about, is the big drop. I like to go fast. I'm more of a fast person. So come ride rides with me. And lastly, but definitely not least, after the gym this morning, I checked on my YouTube channel and I had 1,001 subscribers. Yay! I am so excited. I don't know what happened to the last video I did. I was just hoping to get to 800 and I was pretty close to 800 at that point. But yeah, now all of a sudden we are at 1,000 subscribers, which is just insane. I cannot believe that there are 1,000 of you out there, and I am so appreciative of your time and energy towards this channel. I really appreciate all of your comments. Yeah, so to give back to you guys for all of your support, I am doing a giveaway. I took a poll of my Instagram and I'm pretty sure that gift cards won, which is great for me because those can be digital. I am terrible about sending stuff out. You can ask anybody who wants me to send them something. I am really slow. So yes, I love that everybody will get things quickly. So I am giving away 5 $10 Etsy gift cards. So if you are interested in winning that, then comment below congratulations, and then I will know that you want to win it. If you don't want to win it and you just want to say congratulations, you could also tell me that too. But let's put everybody in there, huh? So there will be 5 chances to win. We will announce that at the next floss tube. And yeah, the next floss tube is going to be exciting too. So yeah, stay tuned. You don't have to live in the United States to participate in this one. You just have to be 18 and older so I can get your information. Obviously, it's in US denominations, and that might switch for you depending on where you live. We've made it to the stitching part. So I do have a large pile of things to show you and talk about. So let's get started. I say that all the time. Let's get started. Let's get going. Yeah. Oh, it's the coach in me, you know. All right. So the first one I want to share with you guys is a new start. I started Heart of the Autumn. If you are on my Twitch stream, which the link is obviously down below as usual, I started this on stream the other day and I stitched it on stream the other day. So I've gotten a small start, but this is part of the Heart of the Season stitch along that I'm doing with a couple other people. If you want to join us, just grab one of the Heart of Seasons from Little Dove Stitches, who is the designer, and join us with the hashtag Heart of the Seasons Sal. Yeah, so this is autumn. I have finished spring and summer, and now we are getting into autumn. So not a huge start, but a start nonetheless. Got a little bit of the red heart band, which isn't all of them, and then there will be leaves down here. And then I wanted to get the outline of the heart in there so that I could start stitching that motif that's right there. So there's some pumpkins and what are those called? Scarecrow. There's a little house with leaves and everything. It's gonna be super cute. I am very excited to get going on this one and continue on the full collection of all of my Heart of the Seasons. So yeah, look forward to seeing more of this one. That's my only start as of now. As I mentioned, I will probably be starting some new ones in the future, and you'll see when we get to haul what we're doing here. But that's the only start that I have right now. The rest are going to be some whips. So we are going to start with Tea Room. I switched up Tea Room a little bit. So I am still doing it on 28 count, and I am doing 2/110 stitch. Someone had suggested that I try to do it with rows because I was complaining that it was really hard to see where the stitches go, and that because I was doing color complete just on a page, and I was messing up a bunch. Not a bunch, but I would mess up enough to be like, oh, this is frustrating. But I decided to switch to Royal Rose because I think it might be a little easier to see, especially like as I get further along, because the stitches in front of me are not going to be covered, are not going to cover up the grid that's on there. So that's the struggle that I'm having right now with doing color completes, is that I lose the grid and then it's really hard to tell where I am because all the colors look the same, and yeah, it's awful. So I have decided I'm going to give Royal Rose a try. I watched a tutorial from Royal Stitcher on YouTube. She had a great tutorial about Royal Rose and how to do it and the rules, and I think last time I tried like parking method and stuff, I just kind of like loosey-goosey kind of did it. So I am going to try to do it the proper way, see how it goes. So yeah, so this is what it looked like last time I showed you guys. I don't know how far it was, but I'm at 2% now, I think. Yeah, so we got that going for us. But here is where I am now. So there's a massive amount of parked threads, obviously. And yeah, I really like it. So I'm working up in here across, this is about the end of the page over here. And this is about the bottom of the page down at these brown stitches. So working through the first page and doing Royal Rose and seeing how that's gonna go. I did get a little snag nabbit to pull the ended pieces through, because you end pieces like over here. So that's been fun, yet slightly terrifying. But yeah, I have been really enjoying working on this one. I learned, someone also mentioned on my Facebook page, or not my Facebook, on a comment on my last video about these ribbons, this ribbon Q-snap method that Needle Ninja, Needle Ninja. I'll put the link to it in the description, but she does these little like ribbons. So like it's genius, but it like holds everything up and it holds it really well. I'm really glad that I found this. It's way better than the magnets and things of that nature. I got some words stuck to it. But yeah, I'm enjoying working on this one. I haven't gotten it out too much because I've been working on my secret project, which I will tell you about. But yeah, this is Tea Room. Okay, so my secret project that I have been working on, I am almost 50% through, and I do now have a hard deadline at the end of October to get it done. Right now, it says that if I do 240 some stitches every day, I can get finished on the 24th of October, which gives me a few days to frame and everything. So I'm on track, but I am leaving town, so and I won't be taking it with me, so I will lose a couple days of stitching on it, so I'm trying to like get ahead before I leave a little bit. So yeah, that's getting a lot of work on it. I can't wait to share it with you guys because it looks so cool. But yeah, it's coming along. So at least at the end of October, you'll get to see it. So yay. Also, if I didn't mention it, it's a secret project because it is a gift, obviously. So I don't want to risk it and I don't want to show it. So we can talk about it later. All right, so my next whip is my Deathly Hallows, which is art by DJ Vigo, and it is charted by Thread Geeks. This is like one of my longest whips that I've had so far. I am working through page 4 and a little bit down below page 4. And yeah, it's so pretty. This one's so pretty. Unfortunately, it is a discontinued pattern, so it's not available anymore, but this is what it will look like when it's done. It is Starry Night, and it has Death and the Three Brothers from Harry Potter, and I love this one so much. The colors are beautiful, like the way the movement is beautiful. I absolutely love it. So it's still in the hoop. We can kind of unfold it a little bit, but this is what it looked like last time. Looking good. And this is what it looks like now. So you can see where I'm stitching. All this like blank area over here is black, so eventually I will get into black. So I'm about 50% done with this page, and then the other like 40% is black. So yeah, lots of black to be done, but I just love working on this one. Here's what like the top looks like, kind of, you can tell in the Q-snap or in the hoop. So yeah, loving this one and how it is turning out. I'm excited to get another page finish on this one. This is one that like when I started, I was like, oh, I really want to get this done by the end of the year. And then it's like, oh, squirrel, like so many other patterns to look at and stitch. So I do try to get some stitches into this every now and then, try to really push through. I've kind of been focusing on this one and my secret project the most lately. So yeah, that is Deathly Hallows. All right, next, I debated putting this in the finish category, but I decided not to. I did finish part 7 of Farming Magic Stitch Along, which is by Flossy Fox Shop. And the stitch along ended in August, was when the last piece was released, and I am still working on mine. I'm gonna move my needle minder a little bit here so that we can see it good. Yeah, so this has been going on since January, and I love it. It's super cute. Just sometimes it's a little tedious to stitch because everything is like spread out, and I'm so used to doing like full coverage where like you can like just stitch in a section. I don't know. I don't know. I struggle with this when there's a lot of color changes, and I think that's the thing that like makes it hard. But this is what it'll look like when it's done. I finished, that's why I was going to put it in the finished category. I finished part 7, and now I am going into part 8. I will be taking this with me for the weekend while I'm traveling. We just have a quick trip to Connecticut to visit, well, my cousin's getting married, so quick trip to Connecticut to see my cousin get married. So that's very exciting. I will be taking this one to stitch because it is small and easy to travel with. And I will get into part 8, but here is where I am now. So I stitched this on a 16 count oatmeal, I think. And yeah, so part 8 is obviously up here where the hole is. That will be the house and the farmer and everything. So it should be a really fun one. It'll be kind of like the barn area. But that is part 7 where the dog is. I can't see anymore. So the dog and the pumpkins and the treasure chest and everything, the rooster. So yeah, that is where that part is, and it's super cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it when it's done, but I'm sure I'll find something. All right, my last 2 whips are ones that we don't see all the time. It was a F1 weekend last weekend. They were in Singapore. It was madness, just madness. If you know Formula One, you know what I'm talking about. But it was a pretty crazy race weekend, mostly because Red Bull is usually like dominating. They like win everything. It's kind of boring. Like you're like, oh yay, Max Verstappen won again. But this weekend, something happened to them, and I don't know what it was, but they did terrible. And not that I'm rooting for them to do terrible. It was just exciting because somebody else was doing really well. So yeah, that was really exciting. So I am part of a challenge called F1. It's just F1 Stitching Challenge. So I think the hashtag is F1 Stitch, and it is a set of stitches that you do every race weekend. So usually you do the race distance, then you do 200 stitches in your team colors, and then you do stitches for 10 stitches for every point that your driver gets. So my team is Aston Martin. They did not do well this weekend, but it's okay. Yeah, so I worked on that, and I have this in the Q-Snap, and so you're not going to see the whole thing, sorry, but this is just what we're doing. So I finished the top page of this one. It is called Biscuit Mill, and it's by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I finished the top portion of this one, of the windmill, and now I am starting to work into the bottom, so I've kind of already gotten into the second page, but this is what it looks like right now. And so the windmill's up here, and this is like the window, but like right down here is where the page ended for the top page. And then now we're into the second page. So yeah, I do about 200 stitches on this every race weekend, and I'm about halfway done. I don't know if I will finish it. There are only 8 or 7 or 8, I think 8 more races left in the season. So yeah, I don't know if it will be finished in time or it will be finished by then, but we'll try. We will try. All right, and the last whip I have to show you is my temperature stitch. I don't have it out of the hoop, but you can pretty much tell what it is. I have almost through August stitched, and this pattern is by the Needle and Floss, and it's actually last year's pattern, 2022's pattern. She got a different one for 2023, but this is her 2022 pattern, and this is what it looks like so far. So this one I've been taking to my daughter's cheer practices a lot because I don't need my iPad because I know what the pattern is. It is the same boxes, and it goes, I'm doing like a spiral in there. So like January started down here, and then it goes around. So yeah, I know that she stitched it diagonally, like starting in the corner, and she went like that. And then I know some people have stitched like in bars and lines. So I'm stitching in the spiral because I think it will look cool. Yeah, so I'm almost done stitching August. And then these are all these lows. So it's the low is on the bottom and the high is on the top. So all these lows are the rest of August. So yeah, almost done with that one. Like I said, I take this to my daughter's cheer practice because I don't need the pattern. I just have to bring the floss. It's really easy. I just have to look at my phone to see the temperatures, and yeah, it's a good one to travel with. And that is all I have been working on. I have lots of starts queued up, so don't worry. There will be plenty more to see, I'm sure. One day I'll finish something. It'll feel good. I mean, I just finished summer. I'm still feeling good on Heart of Summer, you know, like that's the high. And then I wouldn't say I'm a process stitcher. Like, I don't love how long it takes to do a lot of these big ones, but I know I will be really happy with the payoff. So yeah, just gotta suck it up and get it done. All right, let's move on to haul. Obviously I bought patterns because it's me. I always buy patterns. What did I say? Like buying patterns is 75% of this hobby. 25% is stitching said patterns, but yeah, I bought more patterns. So I'm not really a Halloween person, not huge on Halloween. So I was gonna bypass Halloween and I was just gonna go straight into Christmas stitching because I am a Christmas person. Thanksgiving is my ultimate favorite holiday of all time because I love food and eating food. And most of the time I'm not the best cook, so I don't have to cook the food. I just clean it up. So yeah. And there's no gifts. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. It's all the food and the family and the fun without the presents, which I am also not the best gift giver. That's not my love language. So I did buy 2 Christmas patterns from Modern Folk Embroidery because somebody posted his Halloween pattern and I went onto his website for some reason, and then here we are. So I bought 2 Christmas patterns from him. The first is Oh Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So he has it on like a gray with a white, and I really like Christmas carols and I like using lyrics from Christmas carols in my decorating. This one made sense. I don't have one with Oh Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So yeah, and I really like it. It's a really cool pattern. I will be stitching it on a gray fabric, like a light gray fabric that I have in stash. And then I also have some, I think it's Weeks Dye Works. It's called Louisiana Hot Sauce. And it's like a variegated red. So I will be stitching it in that. So that one will be stitched from stash. The other one I bought is his advent calendar, which I bought stuff for. I'm not stitching that one from stash. I can only do so much. But I do know the exact thread I want. I just need to go to my LNS to go buy it. It's Cotton Color Works Toasted Marshmallow. I almost bought it for another project and I didn't end up buying that one. I ended up getting a different color. I think I got Shabby Sheep instead. So I am looking forward to going and getting Toasted Marshmallow because it's going to be perfect for this one. I don't think I'm going to stitch the calendar part of this. I think I'm just going to stitch the top with the house because that's the thing, and the snowflakes and stuff, because that's what really like drew me into it. And we don't need an advent calendar. Nobody does advent calendar things here. So we don't need the advent calendar part, so I'll just like close it off at the bottom of it. But I do really like this one, and the windows are yellow and they're just charted as one. Well, if you have a Modern Folk Embroidery pattern, you know that it's just symbols and there's no colors assigned to them. It's kind of a choose your own adventure color style. They're all meant to be monochrome, but he did his windows in yellow, and I'm going to do the same, but I want to do like a fading yellow, so it looks almost like candlelight. So like it goes from really bright yellow and it kind of fades into darker. So it kind of has that like glow of a room or a candle. That might be a little challenging to figure out, but I will do my best to do that. But yeah, I'm really excited to start that one. I did get the navy blue Aida for it. So I just got it from 123 Stitch. I think it's just Zweigart Navy. So really exciting stuff. But I think it'll really pop with the toasted marshmallow and with the yellow. So I'm really excited about that one. That one's probably not going to be done by this Christmas, but that's okay. I have some other Christmas stitches that I can get out. So sorry for the crinkles. And then I said at the beginning of the video, I did buy 4 Witchy Stitcher designs. I had a lot more in my cart, and then I let my daughter pick the 4 that she liked the best because I couldn't decide between all of them. So yeah, I got her new pattern, which is the Marshmallows on Fire. It is called Satan's Marshmallows. I just think it's funny. I loved it. So I'm really excited to stitch that one. I did order fabric for this one. It's kind of like a smoky gray, variegated kind of. And I ordered that on Etsy from My Vintage Needle Arts over the weekend when they were having the $5 off sale. I also got Witch's Brew, which is a smaller pattern, which I don't usually do smaller patterns, so I'm kind of excited about that one. And I got this kind of like, it's called Wasabi, also from My Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy, and it's like multi-green kind of. It's not like bright green like ectoplasm, but it is green and kind of grungy. So I am excited. Those are apparently shipped today. So I'm really hoping that those 2 fabrics get here so I can start on Witchy Stitcher Day on October 1st to stitch those patterns. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those coming. I also ordered some more Adam Hart floss drops so I can finish up the floss dropping all of the colors for Tea Room, which they're hanging right there. You can see them. There's 150 colors in Tea Room. So yeah, hopefully I can get all of them on the floss drops. There's 3 separate rings up there. But yeah, so I'm enjoying the floss drops. I don't hate the floss drops. I don't love the floss drops. It's great for this project, but like if I was traveling with one of my stitches, I would still want one of my bobbin holders because it's just so much easier to carry. Like, it's just so much easier to throw this in like a backpack or a suitcase or something like than a bunch of floss drops. So yeah, I still prefer these, I think, but the floss drops are great for these like humongous projects because obviously I don't want to have to get, I think she makes like ones that are like 90 slots and they're like booklets, but they're expensive. And so I don't really want to have to buy one of those, like the smaller ones. So yeah, I also got 2 more that I'm probably not kidding up at the moment from Witchy Stitcher, but I did get Poisonous Plants. And then I also got Plant Killer because I am a plant killer. So yeah, those ones are pretty relevant to my life. We have tons of plants in our house because my husband loves having the plants, but like when he goes out of town, I have to like really remember to water them because I will kill them. I will kill everything. So those are all the patterns that I got. I wanted to share, I don't know if we'll do a separate video. I know that the Giddy Stitcher recently did a video about cross-stitching tools and the ones that she uses and whether they're worth it. Alternatives to some of like the really expensive stuff. So, and I know she's possibly doing another video with more things that people suggested. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll do a separate video on this because I know we were both talking about the same thing the other day on Instagram. But I was trying to find some kind of magnification for, my dog just laid down. for stitching on tea room because the stitches are just so small. I think in the future I'll do 25 count and do 2 over 110 stitch because the coverage is still pretty good, but not as tiny of holes. So I've tried 3 different magnifiers and I am not super happy with any of them. I thought I would share all of the things with you so you don't have to go through my pain. The first one, so I wear glasses pretty exclusively. So the first one I got was a clip-on glasses thing. I just got this from Michael's. It's Loops and Threads brand, and it just like clips onto your glasses. It can flip up, it can flip down, but it's only 1.5 magnifying. So they're really more like reading glasses, and it's not quite enough for what I need. So I've got the receipt right there so I can return it. But yeah, not a huge fan of this one. The next one, I mean, this is not in order. I think I got this one first, but the next one that I tried is, this is the Ottlight brand, and it is another little magnifier. This one has a light on it, a little light, and it comes with 2 magnifiers. So one is like 3 times and one is 6 times. I think I have the 6 times one on here. And then it can be a stand, or this comes off. Maybe I don't want things to go flying here. And that's exactly what happened. It's not very stable in there anyways. But it also comes off and is a clip. This one uses batteries, which I don't love, but that's okay. It's not rechargeable. So I can like clip this onto my stand. The problem is that this is a pretty hefty clip, and this is not a very long gooseneck. So it doesn't really stay very well. Also with like the magnification, it has to be like really close to my stitching. So I'm like always hitting this when I'm pulling threads through, and it has to be like at the perfectly, it swivels a little bit, like perfectly right angle. And then I feel like I have to be like 2 inches from it in order to see what is happening. So I don't love that. It's also very small. Like this is a very small surface to look off of. So yeah, I don't love that one either. And then the last one I got is the headband one. So it just slips on your head, and this can flip up and flip down. It came with a couple different magnifications. This one is the most, this is 6. I really want to be in there. This one is probably the easiest to use, and I would use it more, except for a reason that we're gonna get into. So this one does have a light on it, so it's just kind of hard to get on that light. So that's nice. And it's fairly comfortable to wear. Like it comes with different, so like I wear glasses, so I have this little like head strap on, but it did come with like more like glasses wraps. The thing that makes this one uncomfortable, because I wear glasses, is that it does have like the nose piece on it. If you can see that. It does have this like nose piece on it. So like it either has to go like on top of my glasses or underneath my glasses. And it's just not comfortable, because like either way, it's like pushing my glasses to my face, or my glasses are not on my face totally. So it makes it kind of hard, but I feel like this one was maybe the best one. I still feel like I have to be like 2 inches away from my stitching in order to see what is happening. I don't love that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still not convinced. There's one more solution I can try, but that's like one that stands on its own. I already stitch on a stand, so I don't want like 2 things. Like it's already hard enough to get like out of the couch and out of my spot when I'm trying to like move. So having a second thing there seems really hard. So I'm not sure, because they do make some like floor lampy ones. I know some people have one from Michael's that's a little bigger, and it has lights. So I don't know. We'll see. we'll see if I try that one. That one's a lot more expensive. That one's a little more of a commitment. These were all like under $30. So yeah, we'll have to see. So we are going to wrap up the stitching part with some future plans, and then I am going to really quickly go through some of my chill things, but today is going to be mostly about stitching. So as far as future plans go, I am obviously going to start part 8 of the Farming Magic Stitch Along, which I will be doing while I am traveling. I also will be continue working on my secret project so that I can get that done by the deadline. And those are 2 major goals for the next week. I do have some fandom stitching things that I don't know, the prompts are pretty hard for me this week. So I will see how much I get for stitching on those things. So yeah, those are immediate future plans. Next floss tube will be my 1-year anniversary of floss tubing. So there might be another giveaway or something else. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it. But something exciting will happen. I'm sure it will be a lot of fun. And yeah, so look forward to the 1-year anniversary one. And that is all I have for stitchy things. So if you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit subscribe. Be a part of our 1,000-strong X Stitch and Chill fan subscriber fun. And if you enjoyed this video and you're already subscribed, you can always give it a thumbs up. I will have all the links to my patterns, all the links to all of the things I mentioned in the description, hopefully organized enough for you to find what you're looking for. And yeah, thank you so much for watching if you were just here for the stitchy part, and we will see you again soon. All right, for the chill part, we only have a few things that we need to cover. I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I've been watching a lot of floss tube. I've been really enjoying watching floss tubers. And then I also watch a lot of gaming channels, mostly The Sims 4, and I've been really enjoying that. I did finally finish The Fourth Wing. I was listening to the audiobook, and the audiobook is meh, but the story is really great, and I liked it. I thought it was good. It ended on a cliffhanger, of course, but the next book comes out in November, I think, so I am looking forward to listening to that. I might have to buy it if I want to listen to it in a timely fashion, because I just get my audiobooks from my library, and there probably won't be one available, so we'll see. I don't know if I can put it on hold now or if I have to wait. I also am watching Only Murders in the Building, which is on Hulu, and it has Selena Gomez and Martin Short and Steve Martin, and it's a really great show. They're on season 3. This season's a little bit of a different dynamic, and I really have been enjoying that between the 3 main characters and everything. So I'm excited to keep watching that one. I'm sure they'll go on their little break soon, so maybe 1 or 2 more episodes before the winter break comes up. I've also been watching Good Omens on Amazon Prime, which I absolutely love. The first season was amazing. The end of it made me cry, but now it's season 2, and it's really funny because John Hamm is in it, and he plays an angel who like doesn't remember anything, so he's super funny. And I just love Aziraphale and Crowley's like relationship and everything, even though they're an angel and a demon. They have such a great friendship that I really love. So I'm really enjoying watching Good Omens. If you haven't watched it, definitely go check it out. And finally, sometimes I get sucked into TV shows that my husband is watching because like he works late some nights, so when he comes home, I usually tend to let him watch what he wants to watch on TV because I've had the TV earlier in the day, or I just don't care. So we have been watching Foundation on Apple TV Plus, and this is the 2nd season, and it's a little confusing, but as far as like sci-fi dramas go, it's not that confusing. Like I feel like I understand what's going on and I can follow. I mean, there's still things where you're like, how is that person still alive? But there's also a lot of other things that are happening. It's really good. So if you are looking for a fun, it's not fun. If you're looking for an interesting show, you can check out Foundation. It's kind of along the lines with like The Silo. It's the same like vibes of like, what is happening? Why don't we know what things are doing? Yeah, so it's a great one if you want to watch that. And that's most of the chill things I've been doing. Like I said, not very much, mostly YouTube, and watching Twitch streams of gamers. So yeah, the clouds are rolling in, the lighting is getting dim, so I think that is my cue to head out of here. Thank you so much again for 1,000 subscribers. I am so excited to reach that number. You have no idea. I really never thought that I would get that far. So thank you so much for your support and your love. If you are not subscribed and you made it this far, then subscribe. What are you waiting for? Put your stitching down, because I know that's what you're doing, and hit the button really fast. Or maybe like finish your row and then do it later. But yeah. Also, if you want to leave this video a like, that also helps get it out there so that other people can find me and enjoy all of this stitchy progress that I have going on. So with that, it is time to say goodbye. I will see you guys in the next one, and have a great stitchy week. Bye.